to 45 seconds. So we usually have a timer that goes off. So I think Lauren will be timing. The one interesting thing that I've realized about praise this week, you guys, is our community has grown so much. I was trying to figure out, like, how could I praise the dev team? And I really don't know what's going on over there a lot of the time. I'm so, like, involved with comms and stuff. And I feel like that's a good sign that we're growing and expanding and our teams are working well together. So, yeah. And it also helped me realize that I should praise things when I see them and not try to collect it all for the end of the week. So I'll go ahead and start. I want to praise Clara, Sim, Anson, Griff, August, and Anna for joining our weekly community sync yesterday. It was so great to get to know everybody. I want to praise Suga for updating our documentation, taking on issues, and submitting pull requests right out of the gate. Welcome to the team. I want to praise Ahmad for compiling and sending out our first edition of Give News. I want to praise TJ Rush for his work to build tools and implement systems that will make recirculation detection 1,000% more effective. The proposal draft is looking great. I want to praise Mitch for his work on the Give Farm blog post. I want to praise Lauren for working so hard on the Give curation spec and getting things lined up to begin bringing it to fruition. I want to praise Ezatech for his help with planning, strategizing, and defining the ways that Giveth can meet the needs of our community. I want to praise Melody for joining the Giveth team and jumping in to help with project verification and nonprofit sector relations. And that's my time, and I will pass it to Rodri.
Hi, everyone. I feel good. I want to praise Lauren for working with me with the Endangered swag. I praise to Marco for supporting me and cover me on the 2 days of vacation. I want to praise Mo and Katarina for really good work team in this month. For this, I want to praise for Sarah for organize all my administrative issues. Is this for now? I want to pass to Marco.
I was on mute. All right, thanks, Rodri. Hi everybody. I want to give praise to Monique for leading the account and volunteer relation issue and for providing very, very constructive feedback. Praise to Amin for attending our hack session. Also Mo for attending the hack session, even if he was feeling sick. Praise to Lauren for preparing the Give Power specification for walkthrough session with me and for considering all the design implication of this new feature. Praise to Willie for moving forward to Giveth Multiverse. Rodri for coming back and helping other designers while they're recovering. Praise to Suga for joining Giveth, Ahmad and Heather for writing job posts and recruiting the best talent. Praise to Anne-Marie for writing Popcorn Giveth proposal on the forum. Pavle for NFT ideas, forum posts, for Shell for doing accounting, and Marco for not breaking into pieces and still being able to hold all the design and ops things together. Thank you very much. Pass it over to Lauren, have you gone?
Hello, everybody. Thanks. I want to praise Matteo for his effortless dev push. I want to praise Cherry for pushing hard all front-end testing, front-end things here. I want to praise Mohammed, be on top of the back-end issues and give back queries. Praise Carlos again for being full-time and be such a nice and lovely guy also, and being very responsive. I want to praise Pedro for being a great developer and being so responsive. I want to praise Lauren for coordinating all the things with me. I know there are lots of bugs there in the live environment and lots of food priority things, but thanks that you considered the screen planning. I want to praise, I forgot. I did it in the channel. I pass it on to Carlos.
Thank you, Mo. I'd like to praise Cherry and Mateo for their great work on the front end. Amin and Mohammed for being amazing in the back end, especially Mohammed, that he helps me a lot and teaches me a lot of things. I'd like to praise Freshell and Griff for always checking my work agreement and allowing me to be part of this great team. Lauren for handling the Twitter excellently. Mitch for always checking all the issues, testing, a lot of work there. Thank you. And I'd like to praise Ashley for her work and also, writing down new future issues we have to add to the admin bro, the design team. And yeah, that's it. I'd like to pass it to Freshell.
Hi everyone. I'd like to praise Griff for sorting out Giveth, holdings, accounting with me. I want to praise Mitch for being an awesome host for every governance call and making sure my forum post gets attention. I want to praise Ashley for being a great buddy and hosting this amazing community calls. I want to praise Melody and Suga for joining Giveth. Welcome to the team. I want to praise Carlo for joining Giveth full time. And I want to praise Griff for always finding ways to ensure that the contributors are well taken care of. So this might be discussed later. And that's it for me. I'll pass it to Melody.
Great. Sorry. I want to praise Griff for inviting me to join this fantastic team. And I want to praise Ashley for helping me just get go. And I want to praise Freshell to also help me with my work agreement and setting up everything. And those are the three people I know so far. And I'm sure everybody else is also great. So pass it on to Carlos.
I think Carlos already went.
Oh, Danny?
Danny.
Danny's here. She's doing praise. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Let's see. I wanted to praise Holt and Mitch and Lauren for the Shapeshift liquidity proposal and discussion. I want to praise Wild Wanderer for the great givebacks communication. Everything from these outgoing emails to managing Discord questions and forum post comments. What a great job. I want to praise Mitch for really being on top of all the governance posts that are up on forum. Let's see. I want to praise Reforest, Carlos, and Ramin for getting their RGive proposals up. That was awesome. And that's all I've got right now. I'll pass it on. I haven't been here this week to see all the awesome things, but it's great to hear it from you guys. And I'll pass it to Mitch.
Thank you. Okay. I'd like to praise Ahmad for all his great organizational work and feedback on the doc structure. Forrest, Griffin, Lauren for the feedback on the Give Farm article. Lauren for organizing Giveth hoodie swag. Pedro for his work on Snapchat voting and showing me the ropes. Monique for managing the dev team. Carlos and Mohammed for all the work on the Rainbow Roll donation script. Sam for answering all my DAO-related technical questions. Marco, Rodri, and Katarina for amazing social media designs. Freshell for organizing payments and getting those forum posts up for reimbursement requests. Lauren for pushing the GiveBatch MVP spec. Ashley and Giantkin for community management and moderation. And Pavle for finishing the relayer contract. And I will pass it to Benz.
Hey, I'll give praise to Ashley for doing the POAP distribution. We'll link up one of these times. And thanks for sending those docs. praise Forrest for the proposal on bring gravity to Giveth and that effort and that conversation this morning. I'm excited about that. And praise Ahmad for his leadership in the video tutorial effort. And I will pass to Carlos Q, if you haven't gone yet.
I think Carlos already went. How about Griff?
Them for verifying the.
Maybe hold.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I was muted. We're playing deafening games. No, I'll take it. I'll pass it to you after. So sorry. So I want to praise Gabby, Fabri, Sam, and the whole One Hive team for getting the Gardens UI working again. I want to praise Sam for verifying the Giveth contract, which is verifying contracts on Blockout is no small feat. So thank you, huge for Sam. Praise Freshelle for all of the incredible work she does behind the scenes, and she's becoming a DAO proposing machine. Over 100K already worth of proposals proposed by Freshelle. Super cool. I want to praise Dim Sum for giving me the download on M-Stable Governance. I want to praise Cut the Plastic, Lauren, and Rodri for working on awesome Giveth sweatshirts for ETH Denver. I want to praise Lauren for the incredible Twitter work every week and the awesome work that she's done on the Give curation spec. I want to praise Clara, Melody, and Suga for jumping into their trial months. And I want to praise Ahmad, Heather, and Freshelle for the incredible work with hiring. We're growing so quickly. And Ashley, and Mitch are taking some time off.
Your time is up.
Okay. I'll pass it to Charek.
Thank you, sir. I want to praise all the team, Ami, Matthew, Mohammed, Carlos, Pablo,
and Monique for their team management. I want to praise dev team for user profile, public profile design. I want to praise Mitch for Give Farm blog post. I want to praise Forshell for organizing payment. I want to praise all other guys that I haven't opportunity to work with them in this week. For example, Willie, Forrest, Danny, Ashley, and I pass it to Forrest.
Hey there. I'd like to praise Griff, Mitch, Lauren, Freshelle, and Benz for their participation in my forum proposal. I would like to praise Wonka and Benz for Gravity collaborations. I would like to praise the comms team for lots of great documentation and collaboration on the Meet the Makers series that will be kicking off in a couple of weeks. I'd like to praise Ashley for handling last-minute verified project applications that we received right before round 3 closed. I would like to praise Anne for her help with some Twitter threads. And also, I just want to praise everyone on the dev team for holding it down and being super amazing. And I will pass it to Holt.
All right, I want to praise Mitch, Lauren, and Willie for taking the lead on the multiverse and keeping me included in that. And also Willie for some of the work on Shapeshift as well as the tokamak proposals that we're working on. And I will pass it to, has Popline gone?
Yes, thanks. I want to praise you to let those meetings open and inclusive, you all. And I want to praise Griff for having explained augmented bounded off curved yesterday at TEC onboarding. And sorry, I don't know who's last.
No worries. Thank you. How about Bigamot? You haven't gone yet?
Sure. I'll praise Ashley and Mark for some feedback on the product I'm building. So thank you for that.
And I see a couple new people here in the call. Billy Jitsu, Miguel B. Do either of you want to, Ignacio, maybe jump in, give some praise, introduce yourself?
Well, I'm Miguel. I'm from Mexico. Actually, this is my second call for Giveth, and hope to learn here. And also, I'm part of the One Hive TV, and I don't know. I just want to find like some good stuff here and like share with the team. And I don't know for who to praise, so I'm gonna praise for you all guys, because I know this is an excellent project and you've been working a lot about this. So congratulations all. And I'm gonna pass. I don't know who to pass. I don't know who's not. Pass already.
I think we're just missing Billy Jitsu and Ignacio.
Billy Jitsu.
Hey, what's up, guys? Yeah, first time here. I don't know what's really going on, so I don't know who to praise, but I'll just praise everybody that's in the channel for keeping me updated. I've been all over the place, so I'm going to praise myself for waking up on time and seeing what this is about, too. That's it. I'll pass it to whoever's left.
Great. Yeah, welcome. I see Ignacio is deafened, so maybe he can't hear us, but I think we'll hear from him later when we get to the community spotlight portion. So let's go ahead and just jump right in. Before we get to working group updates, I have some announcements. We have One Hive trivia this Friday, tomorrow in the One Hive Discord. Please join us. It's going to be so much fun. And also today is the last day to donate if you want to get the round 3 Pope. So don't forget, if you haven't donated in this round and you want to get the round 3 Pope, today is your last day to do so. Let's go and donate. And then, we can jump into working group updates. We'll start with the community circle. One other thing is our community support working group has now been transformed into a communitas working group, along with the way that TEC runs it. So Sugar was giving us some information and guidance. So we've changed the name there, but it's still the same working group. And the mission is to be the living and breathing core of Giveth, an ecosystem of collective support, abundance, and communication where we cultivate relationships and assist innovative projects. So I'll pass it to Lauren so she can give us some communications updates.
Thanks, Ashley. Yeah, cool. Okay, so as Ashley mentioned, One Hive trivia is tomorrow. It's going to be super fun. If you're in the Giveth community a little bit, there's a bunch of really fun, challenging questions, and you could win an NFTP, and you could win a bunch of Give tokens sponsored by our Give Garden. So it's something you definitely don't want to miss. You could check out our tweet. I linked it in the slides. Also, Givebacks Round 2 is out. As Ashley mentioned, claim your sweet POAP. Also, we sent out the first Give News thanks to a mod. So Give News is going to be a monthly newsletter that just highlights some important projects, highlights interesting things that are going on in Giveth. So if you missed Give News, you can subscribe by going to giveth.io, and then there's a subscribe field. Or you could just check it in our documentation. So I linked both of those things in the slides as well. Also, One Hive with T. Wells on the One Hive stream last week, he actually explained the Givebacks program. It was really cool because he explained Givebacks, he explained a little bit about Giveth, and it was no one from Giveth, in the core team was actually there. So it was really, really cool to see a take on Giveth and Givebacks from our close partners at One Hive. So definitely check out that One Hive TV stream. Also, the documentation. So praise Suga for doing all kinds of copy edits. She's been going through all the docs, and she's been finding typos, and we're weird with capitalization, and she's been making that better. So our docs are becoming even more polished. Also, in the docs, which I'll get to when I talk about the Give economy a little bit later, we have the history table section, which was added. The history table is now working on the DAP. So the history table is explained as well in our docs. Coming soon, we have this Give Farm blog post written by Mitch. It's going to be super awesome. It's really makes you really want to ape in, with farm to table yields. And also coming soon, there's this interview that I did with Golem Foundation that they're going to put up, and East Denver's coming up on February. February 18 or something like that. Griff's giving up. what he said. Griff's giving a talk at ETH Denver and another talk at Shelling Point, another talk at DAO Denver. So there's going to be a lot of explanation about GIRVs and why this is important. So it'll be streamed. I'll put it on the YouTube channel for sure. And so if you're not coming to ETH Denver, definitely check those talks out. I'll keep you posted. Also, in the world of notable tweets, I really love when people are talking about Giveth, who are like not writing about Giveth, but who are not Giveth. So this DAO Ape newsletter, DAO Ape is like, yeah, they're starting a newsletter and they're like, it's an opinionated newsletter talking about different stuff that's happening in the crypto space. So then they were talking about 0x Sifu and some scammy things. And it was like, oh man, there's a lot of scammy things in crypto. But then they're like, but there's the good side. And they talk about givebacks and they talk about a little bit about Gitcoin. And they talked also about the TC launch. This part in Game Changer. So definitely check it out. I really, really liked their, I quoted them in our tweet. At some point, when most things become ridiculously absurd in the crypto sphere, there's another side of the coin that keeps building, developing, and diversifying. And then they talk about Giveth in the T comments. It was really cool. Also, in the world of notable tweets this week, there's a lot of action going on about NFTs and Rainbow Rolls. Like, it was like Rainbow Rolls had actually shared about supporting RIP medical debt, shared about wiping out $7 million of medical debt thanks to the donations from Rainbow Rolls. Rainbow Rolls also sent a portion of their donations to Giveth, which we're distributing to projects and there's a forum post about it. But so RIP shared about this, and then people got really upset because they were like, how come you're supporting NFT projects, RIP? I totally don't like this. And then there was like all of this controversy and talking about like how NFTs like use too much fuel and like how crypto is unsustainable and like the devil's work. And so there was a lot of like really interesting stuff that came out of this, explaining like actually how much energy consumption is used by NFTs and how much energy consumption is used by Ethereum. And it was like really interesting arguments. So you could check out this tweet from 0x Joshua. I quote tweeted it also from Giveth. Yeah, I quote tweeted it also from Giveth here. And so I would definitely check out that thread if you want to hear some of the new hot goss in the Twitter world. I just put a couple of extra fun tweets that happened this week. There are a lot of mugs at our house right now. So there's Chris' mugshot. Also, we did a little flashback tweet to when we launched the Giveth.io DApp. So it was actually really interesting to read the article. It was the first article I wrote at Giveth, so I just reshared it, and we're going to be doing like from evergreen content, like posts that we could reshare on like slow Twitter days. So that was the first attempt at that, and I think it's kind of fun to look at the history of where we're coming from and where we're going. This is Give News, and yeah, I think that's all for me. That's all I got for comms. So I'll pack it back to Ashley.
Yeah, there seems like a lot going on. I thought it was really interesting to see the Rainbow Rolls thing. I was like reading it like the popcorn meme, you know? So on to Communitas. As I said, we changed it from community support to Communitas to kind of envelop a little bit more of the, I don't know, it just like with community call and community support isn't necessarily exactly everything that we're doing. So we decided that we would follow suit with TEC, and so still working to form this strategy for building the community. We were definitely making some progress there. And we had our first like weekly Communitas meetup yesterday and got to know some new people that are interested in contributing, getting to know them, onboarding, providing resources, answering questions, things like that. And so we're defining that a little bit more. And it was a lot of fun to get to know people on a level that was outside of talking about work all the time. And we're also exploring this like use of an onboarding tool for contributors. I don't know, Bigamot's here and he's the one working on it. Did you want to give us like a little 1-minute overview of this tool that could be useful?
Sure. Hi. So I'm Moshe. I'm the founder of Share. I want to share my screen so you can actually see what it looks like. 1 second. Can you see it?
Loading right now. Yep, we got it.
Cool. So quickly, 1 second. So basically the flow that I'm about to show you is a flow that was built for Shapeshift. They're also one of the first DAOs that are going to work with us, but basically we're looking for a couple of DAOs that are going to work closely with us on this product. And basically this is an onboarding tool for new contributors. So help people kind of get up to speed, and once they are kind of part of the community, then basically help them find opportunities and tasks and bounties within the DAO itself. So we'll quickly go over the couple of screens that just so you have an idea what it looks like, and I'm happy to kind of continue some other time if you have more questions and stuff like that. So we start with a quick video. I feel like giving a video about like the DAO itself is going to be really important to get a sense of like maybe key people, some projects that you're doing on and stuff like that. Today, like the flow for all DAOs is like very textual, just in Discord and stuff like that, and I think that's kind of a little harder to kind of understand basically what's going on. Then some sort of an org chart, and again, what I'm showing you is based on Shapeshift. We're obviously going to do it different based on what Giveth needs, but basically some sort of org chart to get an idea of what the different work streams, the work streams leaders, maybe Twitter, Discord, and stuff like that. Just again to be able to kind of understand the people behind or key people behind the DAO. A little bit about the culture. So maybe this is like Shapeshift version of it. I'm sure you're going to have something different. But again, for people to understand a little bit the kind of vision and the mentality behind the DAO itself, and maybe a little bit the type of contributors and people that you're looking for. Once you go through that, we want you to connect your wallet. You will be able to skip that if you don't want to do that, but ideally you do. Some more information about you, like your Discord, Twitter, stuff like that. You basically can fill whatever you want, or at least based on you, whatever you decide is required. Then what are you interested in contributing, right? So you can pick whatever you want, development, social content, and so on, your experience level and availability, right? So this again this information is going to help you basically match the contributors. And once we've done that, basically we are going to suggest specific opportunities or bounties based on this information. So in this case, let's say you're a developer, and this is what a bounty is going to look like. Again, you get on the right some high-level overview of the bounty in terms of like experience level that is expected, obviously how much you're going to earn, time estimate, deadline, and stuff like that. If you have more questions, there will be going to be a thread in Discord where you can actually ask them some follow-up questions. And if you're interested in doing that, then you can actually apply. And once you do, this is basically the other side of it. So this is your like the DAO perspective, where you can actually see the task itself and all the people that have applied, again with the information that they have, like availability, maybe previous contribution and stuff like that. And based on that, you can actually choose who should actually take this task and work on that. There are some more things that I can show, but for because we don't have too much time for that right now, so we'll stop for you. But again, I'm happy to kind of continue the conversation another time.
Yeah, thanks for showing. And if anybody has questions, we can talk about it in the channel and get a little bit deeper. I think it'll be really nice to have these different, just small bounties that each working group can propose for new contributors to kind of get involved in their working group and have a flow and stuff like that. So this is kind of exciting and something that we're looking into building for Giveth. And last but not least, we now have 1,036 verified projects on Giveth. So we're growing every single week, and it's exciting to see that number get bigger. I don't have anything more for updates for the Communitas working group, so we can move on to the platform circle, which is the development working group, design working group, and give economy working group. I got it on the slide this week. And the mission is to empower our contributors with the knowledge and resources to build and maintain platforms that bridge communities, meet user needs, and advance blockchain technology. So I'll pass it off to the development working group. Monique?
Sorry, guys, I got disconnected. I think it's my turn. Yeah. I just want to share my screen and show you what's going on and what we've built right now. Take a look at this. This is the version 2. This version 2, it's the both Give economy and dApps are together in this version, and it's under construction. It's so beautiful and it's working. So we have a version that we can work on it right now. And here we have projects. We can search within the projects. As you can see, there are some styles issues that we have right now, but the devs are working tightly with, and also we have a project single page working in the new design. And also we have donation page. The donation page is still in code review because lots of change. I think more than 100 files change with this PR. it still go back and forth with the effort of Matthew, Cherrick, and all of our teammates. And it still has some issues in the studies, but it's our situation right now. So for the one that is interested, that how is this is building and how we can how we work, we at the beginning of the sprint, we have a kind of estimation of how many contributors that we have, and we plan for them, and we find numbers about our capacity and what we've done, what have we done during the sprint. So getting back to this slide, we passed the sprints 1 with capacity of 125 story points, and we've done 69% of what we have been planned, and they were met. So for sprint 2, that's we're in the middle of the sprint, it's going to be end less than 2 weeks. Our capacity is a little bit less during to the teams, that the contributors, and we plan to fix what is remain from sprint 1. We want to complete the public profile page and also the business of deactivating the projects. And we also to do some auto test infra and backend is also ready, but we're trying to finish it up with more automatic tests. And we did lots of bug fixing and ops for live environment. That is all from me. I pass it on back to Ashley.
Great. I'm so excited for the new version to come out. I know you guys have been working so hard, and to see it like that. Thanks for giving us that demo. That's really cool. Let's move on to the Give Economy Working Group. So I'll pass it to Lauren to give us some updates on what's going on over there.
Thanks, Ashley. So in Give Economy Working Group space, last week we were working on names. This week we have some names. So Give Curation is now going to be called Give Power. Griff did a podcast, as we mentioned in the praise, with Mstable, and was asking them a bunch of questions because we were going to use that Mstable V1 for like the Give Power distribution, and then they have a V2. And so there's a really, really cool YouTube stream that I'm gonna just like cut together a little bit and like take some notes on it. So it was really interesting, and we could take some ideas from there. Give matching. Well, we're gonna use the donation.eth multisig, and I think on the project it's just gonna be called Giveth Matching Pool to make it really explicit for people who are looking to donate and get give backs, and then see their funds go to where it's going. So to make it as the least amount confusing as possible. And Give a Multiverse is going to be called Regen Farms. I'm pretty sure. I mean, there's still like some ideas floating around, but Regen Farm seems to be the top contender. And so those are the naming things mostly resolved. Also, in the Give Economy side, there's a little bit of like shuffling around, trying to make sure that our CMC listing is updated. So thanks to Forrest for working on setting an account for that. Also, we're trying to get on Zapper. So Willie put together this request for it, and you could totally help us out by going over to this link. I'll put it in the general channel. If you could go and just like this, because it would bring the Give farm and the Give token on Zapper, so that when people are like looking at their Zapper, they can see the Give token there as well. I think this would be super valuable. So if you're watching this, it would be really helpful if you could give us some support there. And then I just because I didn't have too much to say, I just wanted to highlight the Give stream history table a little bit. So the Give stream history table is now live on give.giveth.io. I think my wallet's not connected, so it doesn't show any data here. But basically, the Give stream history table shows all of the instances at which your Give stream flow rate was increased. So there's a nice picture of what it looks like in the docs. It's like you get some amount with your Give drop, you have a Give stream. And then every time you interact in the Give farm and harvest rewards, you also increase your Give stream. And then also every time give backs are distributed, your Give stream is also increased. So the Give stream history table shows the transactions in which your history was your Give stream flow rate was increased. And so you can see a little bit of a breakdown. I think it really helps to understand the Give stream a little bit better. That's all for me for the Give economy side. I'll pass it back to Ashley.
What a naming game this has been. I'm great that we're finally coming to some conclusions on some of these names so we can kind of get it right. So that's good. Next up, we have the design working group, and Marco's here.
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, Marco.
Thank you. Hi, everybody. Not that much updates since last week. Some of our designers have some health conditions. They got a little bit worse. I think we're suspecting of COVID, but we'll see. So Mo and Katerina have been feeling very sick. I wasn't feeling the best last week, but anyway, like this is the main update, and so our capacities have reduced a little bit. Because of that. Anyway, we kept moving forward regardless of that. Also, we got Rotary back from his travels, so he's jumping in and helping us. We started working on the Giveth multiverse and done some design revisions. Also, there's probably going to be a new update on the Give stream page after I go through the spec once again. We had a hack session, Monique, Mo, and myself this week about our account and wallet relation issue. There are some next steps after this call, and probably on Sunday we'll get a little bit more information regarding that. So things are moving forward. In progress, Katerina is supposed to be working on the NFTs for the givers and the community members. There's also a forum post from Pavle with some of his ideas shared. So until we got a little bit more information and engagement for the whole community, I think we won't be creating any designs for those yet. But it's in progress. What we're planning next is the Give Power. Previously Give Curation. Lauren started working on that. Had a walkthrough session with her, and so we're probably going to schedule something for next week to keep this moving forward. There's the donation card feature, which probably ties a little bit into the Give Power thing. We're going to see about that. We still have to do the onboarding guide for the designers. That's something that was on most to-do list, but we'll see when he gets to that. And also planning future ahead user research and usability testing stuff. That's all for this week. Updates from the design working group. Back to you, Ashley.
Thanks, Marco. Yeah, I see so much action going on, and you guys are always so quick to just whip up designs for us, and that's super awesome. So that's it for Platform Circle. Moving on to the Governance Circle, which consists of the Governance Working Group and the DAO Working Group. And the mission is to progressively decentralize the Giveth decision-making process by building a community and a token-based economy around our platform that recognizes contribution, values participation, and rewards altruism. And first working group we have is the Governance Working Group. So Griff, that's you.
Thank you, Ashley. Yeah, so of course we always start out with vacation. So much praise. You know, we're working around the clock all the time, and it's so great to have people honor their boundaries and take some time to be with their families and enjoy their life. So Amin's been out this week, but he'll be back next week. Mitch is out next week, going to have some fun, and then after that, Youth Denver too. Ashley is going to be halftime next week, also going to enjoy some fun times. Kai is out most of the month, actually. He's still here for emergency DevOps requests, but he's definitely on vacation. And as Marco said, Mo and Katerina are out sick, and Ramin is still MIA doing his duty, so hopefully he'll get back soon. And then as far as actual governance updates, don't forget buddy review calls. Get out there, talk to your buddies, and do your buddy review calls. Have some fun and connect on non-work stuff, as well as, of course, giving those performance reviews. Also, there's a lot of action. Frochelle's going nuts on the forum. You should just really follow her on the forums. There's so many cool things. It's the last chance to get NR Give tokens. If you've been contributing for more than 6 months, definitely consider signing up and voting for your setting up a vote for NR Give tokens. We have a really cool proposal from Rochelle about the home office upgrade. A few people have been asking for new laptops and things like that. So we wanted to standardize it so that anyone who's been working full time for Giveth since October and if you would need a home office upgrade, we're talking about giving everybody $1,000 that they can get reimbursed with if they buy stuff for their home office. So definitely check that out. There's also, of course, General Magic reimbursement for December. There's a poll for that. There's also a poll for the home office, and there's a poll for Giveth Core Team reimbursement for January. And there's still discussion on how we want to LP the Optimism ETH. So check that out, because we actually got the Optimism ETH. So that's great. Also, I am asking once again, do you know a DevOps person? Please, we need DevOps. Kai's on vacation, and we feel it especially. So we need DevOps and Solidity developers that we can trust. If you have any personal recommendations, please send them our way. We're also looking for Twitter specialists and front-end rock stars, like senior front-end developers. And anyone who does Twitter as a science is looking at the analytics and stuff. And we always need cat herders, project managers, people who are willing to propose to DAOs and get out there in the forums and really have some thoughtful discussion. One thing we're also looking for is business development. If you know anybody who is wants to get into the Web3 space and is not afraid to ask for money for doing services, we would like to talk to them. And the hiring funnel is in full blast. We have a few new people, it seems like, every week. So give a big welcome to Melody, Suga, and Claire. Melody is coming in strong to help Ashley with the nonprofit side of things. She comes from the nonprofit space and has a lot of expertise there and is really going to up our games. Thank you so much, Melody, for coming. And also Suga, you might have met Suga before in the TE Commons space. She was a steward for the Token Engineering Commons. She took a 4-month break, but she couldn't stay away too long. So she's back, already contributing to comms. And Claire just came to her first meeting, I think, yesterday. And she's hoping to also help onboarding nonprofits and help them figure out the crazy crypto world and build systems so that it's easy for everyone. So these are the thoughts that everyone's on a trial month. So we're excited to welcome them, of course, and hopefully you can help them get integrated. And with that, I always like to just pass it straight to Mitch. Mitch, do you want to take it?
Wow, every week there's another DAO. Updates, as Griff mentioned, last call for the Endangered Q4 distro. You've got until 2 days from now, the 5th, whatever day that is. And Pedro's almost finished the snapshot voting instance, so we'll have another place to put votes on. It's coming along pretty well. The only thing we're missing is tracking Give that are in the Uniswap V3 pools, and then it should be good to go. Looking at stuff that's already in the DAOs, add yet another permission so we can get those tokens out of the Give treasury. And some NR Give token mintings for Amin, Forrest, Monique, and Ramin. In the Give Garden, what we have is the Giveth and the Metapod sponsorship in conviction voting, so you can throw some G-Give on that if you want to see it happen. Multi-sigs, nothing new for now. And in the forum, I mean, there's so much stuff, but a couple notable things that are probably worth looking at or revisiting would be the snapshot instant spec on the forum, the Giveth and Popcorn partnership, and also the proposal from Stonky regarding Giveth Gitbook translations. So have a look at that stuff. If you hold G-Give or NR-Give, get in there and look at all these wonderful things happening and keep your eyes peeled for updates on the snapshot voting instance. And that's it for the DAOs, and I'll give it back to Ashley.
Thanks, Mitch. Yeah, it's hard to keep track of all of the new DAOs that we have. I really like this meme. It's hilarious. All right. So that wraps us up for all of our working group updates. And next we can move into the community spotlight. And this week we have Ignacio from the Endangered Tokens Foundation to tell us a little bit about what they're doing. So I'll go ahead and pass it over to him to talk.
Thank you, Ashley. First of all, I want to praise everyone because I really love these community meetings. I came here last week. It feels like I want to work with you guys. Like it's really, really great environment. My perspective. I wish we can form something like this in the near future too. So okay, I'm gonna share screen. I was actually in another meeting, so you might gonna see another video just rolling, but not paying attention to that. Okay, what I want to show you.
Green, it's still loading, and it seems like your video is also doing the same.
Is our green paper. It's like our pitch deck. You can download it on our webpage. And then, do you hear me? Are you seeing? Not yet.
We can hear you, but okay, there. It popped up for me. I don't know if anybody else.
Yeah, I can see it now.
Still loading for me.
Oh, it looks like we might have lost him completely.
Am I back? Hello?
So we hear you now.
Am I sharing? Not yet.
Not sharing.
Well, now.
Yeah, it's loading. Let's see. Yeah, we can see it. Good.
Better? Great.
Yeah, you're great.
Thanks for the patience. Okay, so we are Endangered tokens who preserve to earn ecosystem from regenerative finance environment. What is this ecosystem? We would like to think for ourselves like a place where you can foster biodiversity, save endangered species, and make an investment from it. Where nature, art, nature preservation, tokenomics, and sustainability meets. Our mission is to form a decentralized investment community for biodiversity preservation, giving value and governance to stakeholders through crypto assets. Our vision is that we as humans need to revalue biodiversity and living ecosystems through the preservation of endangered species, which are invaluable assets to society. This future is possible with the support of decentralized economies driven by self-sustainable and healthy ecosystems in which the community collaborates to generate the appropriate incentives towards creating a better world, just like you are doing, guys. Giveth. What's the problem we identified? Endangered species are part of complex ecosystems that are now fragile due to human activity threatening biodiversity. Their preservation is expensive since there are almost no incentives for landowners and authorities to preserve them, and they have even become liabilities. On top of that, NGOs struggle to finance conservation activities, relying mostly on donations. So our solution is to return the value to the biodiversity through the tokenization of living specimens of endangered species and generate a global decentralized economic ecosystem of tradable assets and incentives to promote its survival and reproduction through the collaboration and engagement of the community, giving value to stakeholders through the natural scarcity of the species, art, tourism, environmental education, local sustainable development, and carbon credits. So we're trying to get a lot of things in the way of, in order to return the value to endangered species. So what's our first approach to the solution is the NFTs, right? So our first and most important NFT is the Elder Ends NFTs that they represent one specific specimen of tree. And by buying this NFT, you become the godparent of that single specimen. And the first one is the Cowley specimen, the Cowley species that we're tokenizing here in Chile. It's a species with no more than 4,000 adult specimens alive. So we're we know for a fact that it's a scarce being, and we're trying to make it, valuable through the scarcity of the tokens as well. We're also doing art collaborations where we want to launch this month the NF trunks that are pixel art from trees that are based on one of the eldest Cowley alive. And also photography art from different species that you can find within the ecosystems of endangered species. We want to have a inflow distribution that can be sustainable for the whole ecosystem, the preserved terrestrial ecosystem. So it's 51% is going to the conservation program that we are doing with the foundation, and then in collaboration with NGOs, and then 20% for team of development, and 10% goes to staking rewards. That's the idea of like the preserved to earn. We keep incentivizing the holders of the tokens by giving them rewards from all the inflows that we can get. So the ecosystem value flow goes from investors. We have tokens. So we have the landowners and the local NGOs as main actors for the endangered species preservation. With them, we do reforestation when we can generate carbon credits and return value to the investors. At the same time, we collaborate with artists to create valuable NFTs in order to support the local tourism. And with those both actions, we can also return value to the investors. We have a roadmap of, from more species to be tokenized, just summary, but we want to get to making 3D LiDAR replicas of these trees in order to join with the metaverse, and people can have their endangered trees planted in their backyard with smart glasses. They can enjoy them. That would be like one of our main things. So we have different eligibility criteria for the species. They need to be scarce, they need to be endemic, and they need to be critically endangered as the IUCN Red List of threatened species. And well, the important part, we have our conservation program where 51% of the resources go. So our main 6 actions are tokenization, that's the extensive cadastre of the species. So we're planning on doing this open, like public registry of all the endangered trees in the, well, we want the world. We're starting with Chile. Landowner agreement, part of that, because we need to make an agreement with them about the revenue that they can get for having one endangered tree. And part of the 51% also goes to the landowner. Then we do in situ conservation actions that reducing threats. That's making the species less threatened by other species, for example, foreign species, invasive species. Then ex situ conservation actions. That's like restoration among like the nearby landscape, and also planting new seedlings of those species. Then local sustainable development around the species with community engagement. So the local community can also be aware that those trees are assets. Then research on species and their habitats. And last but not least is carbon bonds verification and holding. The first end family will be Gomortega Cowley, the species I was talking to you about before. We're working with the Chilean NGO Costa Sur right now. And we have our first habitat to cadastre is El Walwal, where its estimated population of Cowley is 200, and we have already cadastered and tokenized 26 of them. Some pictures of the Cowleys. This is a baby Cowley, and a pretty old Cowley right here. So we have this preserved to earn ecosystem. This is the idea, is to generate the incentives towards preservation using Web3 and crypto technologies. similar to the way Giveth incentivized giving, we want to incentivize preservation. That's a good summary, I guess. And also generate different assets that stands for biodiversity. So our mission is also to, get biodiversity crypto assets going. That's like what I wanted to share from the green paper. Mostly, this is we're doing fundraising. We want to do a token, but I know we're kind of short on time, so I'd rather go straight to. Well, we have a team, 9 people already working with us, and our mentor is Willie Hearing right now. He has helped us a lot along the way. You all know him, so he's why I got here in the first place. Thank you and praise to Willie for all his help and great energy that he has supported us. And yeah, you're all invited to join our community. Wanted to show you right now the collection is live. This is last week. Last week we launched the first collection of 26 Cowleys. They're live on OpenSea, the ones that are already minted.
If you refresh,
and you can also mint one on elders.tokens.org if you would like to be the first minter. There's already 14 more that needs to be minted. You can check them out here too. We're planning though, this is like a premium asset. That's why we're also doing this this pixel tree in order to engage with more people that can get access to an NFT of our ecosystem. Because scarce endangered trees are not a cheap product to produce in the first place, to find. So we want to position this NFT as a high-end refi NFT. So do you have any questions about this?
I think it's a great idea. Where do you say this species are?
Yeah, they are in Chile. It's in central Chile.
Nice.
We are based here, and we still haven't. We are not making public the georeference yet because of governmental things. These are categorized as like human patrimony. Like this is like important. So we shouldn't make those specific locations public, but we are going to make the owner of the token be able to interact with the map, so each owner can know the exact position of their tree. So, hey.
Hey, Ignacio, I don't mean to just cut you off, but we are at the top of the hour and I want to make sure that we respect everybody's time. I think that if there are people that have more questions, feel free if you guys want to hang out in the channel, but I just want to, just be conscious of everybody's time if they have another call to go to. So thanks everybody for joining us this week. And if you have more questions, maybe you can stick around and ask Ignacio, but if you have other calls, we totally understand. So thanks for joining, you guys.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Well, by doing trees, we are in fact conserving other endangered species because they are like the base of their endangered ecosystem. So that's why, trees are much more easy to tokenize. They're based in just one place. They can't be moved and they are long lived. So these trees are 300, 400 years old, and we plan on having them alive for another 500. So
that makes sense. Yeah. It's just I work with the IUCN Species Survival Group who create the red list.
Awesome.
If you want to, I can connect you with them. They do trees and animals all together. And if
that would be great.
That connection, I'm happy to offer that. But this is a great idea. I have thought about animals because they're charismatic and also extremely rare. Like we're talking about
Yeah.
tigers who just, there are 600 individual left in the world, and but trees, they live longer, so it's probably a better idea.
Yeah, we actually also talking with a turtle organization that works here in Chile.
Yeah, turtle is great. Yeah, amphibians, they actually extinct quite fast.
So it would be a dream to tokenize turtles in a way that you can put a geolocator, and the owner of the turtle can view the location of the turtle in blockchain. That would be great.
Yeah, that would be. And so because of my experience in wildlife conservation, I work with mainly animal species, and the individuals are actually all monitored, and they all have files on them. So with the NFT, they could have specific information about specific individual, either turtle or I'm talking about frogs as well. The turtles is not amphibian, but I was thinking of frogs, which is a keystone species that is really about telling the environment, giving signals of the environment and that kind of thing. If you want to be connected with some of the scientists who are working on them, they're tracking everything, especially the endangered ones, and happy to connect.
Yeah, we're totally networking with everyone that would be interested in collaborating. Thank you for that. And regarding frogs, actually one of the endangered animals that lives in the Cowley forest is the Cowley Frog. But it's really tiny frog that you can barely hear it sometimes. That's makes this sound like a cat in the forest. But it's very difficult to find them and then to tokenize them as a single species specimen. I think we need to take care of their environment. So that's the idea. Take care of the environment.
That's interesting. Yeah. So connect me offline, because, like I said, I know the scientists are endangered frogs, for example. They are doing census every couple of years, and they are tracking individuals. Even if they're really, really rare, they know where they are. And frogs, like a keystone species, they actually tell you if the environment is being endangered in some way. And the population decrease of the frogs can tell you something about the environment. Connect with me and I'll...
Awesome. It's a big task, every species. But for now, I think, I'm going to connect for sure. And we might do collaborations, but we have a lot in our hands with trees right now. But we would love to grow and, get to more species and more countries and more organizations to collaborate with.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you, Melody. I added you as friend so we can connect. You can give me the contacts. Thank you very much. Just also, if anyone has any other questions, and also just invite you to follow us on Twitter, follow us on, join our Discord channel, and if you want to check out the collection, it's already minting live. So if you want to adopt a Cowley, it's now possible. Okay, thank you for listening, everyone. I don't think there's any other questions, so